We all want someone to love.
There you are.
We did have instant chemistry.
It's awesome.
But you've never seen love like this before.
Age playing makes us stronger as a couple.
Provocative.
Daly and I have always been polyamorous, vampires.
Eye-opening.
To see Monica getting bigger just makes me feel proud.
Outrageous.
I'm wired towards older women.
Proving there's always someone for everyone.
This is the woman of my dreams.
Hi.
Or something.
Love you, Vanilla. So sexy.
This is Extreme Love Stories. This time on Extreme Love Stories, the pleasures of treating your girlfriend like a baby.
No, don't move.
And the dangers of getting robotics involved in your sex life.
Having sex with a sex doll, penetration-wise, is almost the same.
And later, how Sean proves that big things do come in little packages.
I'm the best lover you've ever had.
But first, wait till you discover what's actually going on behind your neighbor's front door.
When someone lays down on the bunk, their personal selves can be fondled by any number of people underneath.
In a manicured Colorado suburb, Jen and Mike seem like a typical couple next door.
We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary, and we're also coming up on 4 years that we have been together. We've known each other.
But they've got an extremely unconventional marriage.
We both frequent a swinger club.
Jen and Mike are actually part of a sexually adventurous community known as the Lifestyle, where swinging is just the tip of the iceberg.
There's a lane for everybody. I think a lot of people think it's just about swingers, but it's not. I think it's just really describes sex-positive people. Would you agree?
I agree.
So we have really huge party nights, and there can be over 1,000 people there.
Jen and Mike regularly host and attend lifestyle sex parties, where strangers are encouraged to play together.
So playing is any form of sexual activity. So generally, for us, we always say if we're playing is because we're having full sexual contact with others.
Although their lifestyle parties might cater for all kinds of kinks, even at sex parties, couples have rules.
Mike will not ejaculate with other women other than me, unless I've given permission.
But there have been a couple of times where I got pulled into a situation and I didn't check it out with Jen first, and there were consequences.
There were?
Yeah.
Jen and Mike know all too well what happens when ground rules are broken.
I was in a marriage for 14 years, just grew apart, and in a way that I needed something different that was more physical and more sex positive versus just the day-to-day.
When Jen and her ex-husband decided to spice up their love life by swinging, Jen had no idea that she'd break the rules and fall in love with a complete stranger, Mike.
We were instantly attracted to each other.
We immediately started holding hands, we were flirting, we were doing all of those things, and we became just, I think, really instantly connected. Mike did really respect the fact of my relationship, and even though Mike was single,
Yeah, I wasn't looking to break up a marriage. That's not what you do in this community.
Jen knows that while swinging ultimately ended her first marriage, the swinging lifestyle makes her second marriage to Mike stronger and hotter. And they have so much sexual wisdom to share that they want to teach others how to safely swing into the lifestyle.
They have to be on the same page. They have to know kind of what their rules are, because there's going to be all sorts of discomfort, potential jealousy, potential conflict. One of the hardest things for them to do is to walk through the door the first time.
Across town, happily married landscape gardeners Courtney and Blaine have always been open with each other about their desire to bed another woman together.
Just gotta find my scraper. Courtney's interested in females, and she's not a lesbian, she's bisexual, so.
Celebrity crushes. I think we can agree on Sandra Bullock and Jennifer Aniston. They're like timeless beauties.
Yeah.
Courtney and Blaine recently made their three-way fantasy a reality, minus the celebrities.
We went on a vacation with some friends to Mexico, and we met a girl that my wife took a liking to, and we ended up fooling around with her.
Their vacation fling has given Courtney and Blaine a taste for the threesome, and back home, they want more.
Looking for women at this point. We haven't gotten to the point where I'm comfortable enough with other guys.
Criteria-wise, somebody who's fit and takes care of themselves and doesn't eat carbs for 3 meals a day. Maybe not communist, I guess.
With maybe the most straight-laced outward appearance of any threesome fanatics, finding a match has been nearly impossible.
Usually it's younger girls, and most times they're younger than us.
Yeah.
And we kind of act older than we are because we are responsible enough to show up. So
we're respectful of other people's time.
We've had that experience a couple times where they just no call, no show.
Yeah. I'm just kind of over it. I first found out about this community online on a kind of like Facebook for swingers.
We got in touch with Jen and Mike from a mutual friend, Michael,
who told us that we should meet up with them.
They're about to meet these local lifestyle legends for a little hookup help.
Thanks, love.
Thank you.
But when our couples come face to face over drinks, how will Courtney and Blaine react when Jen makes a play to bed her new students?
So cool.
While the swingers engage in some very adult conversation, in Florida, it's time for baby Jess to take her nap. But Jess is 21 years old. And her daddy is actually her 24-year-old boyfriend, David. Jess and David enjoy role play, where Jess regresses to infancy, something she calls little space.
What I like about being in little space is that I can kind of forget all of the adult stresses of the day and just unwind and clear my mind, and it kind of brings an innocent feel into my life. I wouldn't really consider it pretending because I don't see it as like a game or anything.
Some of the things that we do when Jess is a baby very much resembles what you would do as a real baby. Like feed them, give them baths, put them to bed, punish them if you need to.
So far, Daddy David is happy to indulge in every aspect of age play, except one.
Diapers aren't really his thing so much as they are mine. I like wearing diapers because it's an instant regressor. It puts me straight into that headspace. It's also very comforting and it feels nice to sit with them.
When I see Jess wearing diapers, I feel indifferent towards it.
I only pee in them. I do not do the other thing in them. I don't know, like that's just too far for me.
Okay, here.
He said he is willing to learn how to properly put them on me, not changing me out of a dirty one, but like initially putting me in a clean one, so we'll see.
Jess uploads videos of her adult baby time online. And while it's a fetish for some, it isn't a turn on for her or David.
Age play is not sexually stimulating to me in any way, shape, or form. It is to other people, but it's not for me. It makes me happy that she's happy.
But the reason that Jess likes to age play runs deeper than you might think.
I was abused when I was a toddler. I guess I think that the age play and everything is to get that innocence back from my childhood that I didn't have, to relive it the way that I wanted to in a more innocent and pure way. On the other end, I think that I would probably still be into it even if I wasn't abused or anything like that.
For Jess and David, life isn't all child's play.
I worry about daily life, bills that need to be paid, cooking, if the house is clean, chores and stuff like that. That's fine. I'm not against being an adult or anything like that. And actually, sometimes I prefer to have adult interactions.
But when they do age play, it's not just diapers for the couple. Occasionally, Jess grows up a little.
Got it! I don't like to not really be able to move around or be able to talk. Sometimes I don't want to wear a diaper.
Stop it. You're gonna break your things. Stop it.
The 2 to 4 range, the difference is you have more motor skills and you can form more substantial thoughts. No more! You can actually talk and you can run around and you can get into things. It's not as limiting as being a baby is.
But when Jess throws a terrible toddler tantrum,
I know get trouble.
will David finally snap?
Walk. Walk that trouble girl.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There's no hot tempers as Courtney and Blaine meet their new mentors. Just hot talk.
Hi!
Hey.
Swingers Jen and Mike want to help other couples interested in the lifestyle.
Hi. How are you?
Most couples kind of come into it with, we don't know what we want, this is all new to us, and we're just kind of looking to see what strikes us, and we'll kind of decide as we go.
With Jen and Mike's mentoring, Courtney and Blaine hope to meet the woman of their threesome dreams.
You guys talked about what your rules are for what you're willing to do, what you're...
I don't care what he does with anybody else. I know where I stand in things. I know that he's coming home with me and that if anything happens with him and somebody else, whether I'm, if I'm not there, I have a say in it. I have to, I okay it.
Jen and I are that way too. What we have, no one else can touch.
We have a joke. I won't be with men unless they become of age, which is 50, because I don't like to train.
Right?
Emboldened by a margarita, it looks like Jen has a solution that could solve everyone's problems.
I'm just saying, I will seriously reconsider my...
I'm 20 years too young. Simmer down.
And you're like...
He's not over 50.
Jen might be happy to bend her rules for the younger couple, but Blaine and Courtney have yet to reveal their preference.
So are you looking more for couples? Are you looking more for just women?
Women or wives with hall passes. Somebody that's not more than 15 years older than us.
Jen's got a provocative invitation for the couple.
We've actually arranged a party at one of the houses here in town. So we're doing it as Masquerade theme.
It seems Courtney and Blaine are in luck. These experienced mentors are ready to host them at the sex party. But will Jen and Mike let their new students get a word in edgeways tonight?
We've invited 4,000, so...
There's something for everyone.
Right?
2/3 of the people invited are your age and not ours. Although I kind of think you're missing opportunity because I'm hot as shit, just saying. There is the younger generation, our generation, and then the OGs. The original gangsters. Mad respect, right?
A lot of...
And then I'm hoping that the people that we called out are gonna provide enough variety for all of us. I feel like this should be a fun night.
So Courtney and Blaine are about to become acquainted with the who's who of Castle Rock's sex scene. But has Jen made the wrong impression?
She was all over both of us from the second we met her.
Yeah, normally when you meet somebody for the first time, they're a little bit more chill.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Her boobs first diving in and is not normal.
Will Jen succeed in seducing her straight-laced protégés in a steamier setting? In Florida, Jess enjoys toddler roleplay with her daddy, boyfriend David. But when she's a naughty girl, David must take control of the situation with a dose of discipline.
Walk. Walk that trouble girl.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, don't move. Stay like that. Stay.
I'm not standing!
But just like any daddy's girl, it's hard for Jess to stay on David's bad side for long.
Can I come out now? Yeah. Okay.
With all forgiven, it's time for some adult and baby bonding. But Jess and David don't just indulge in age play behind closed doors. Even though Daddy David is actually older than Jess, today his baby girl gets to play chauffeur.
We never obviously go out in public as daddy and little girl.
I'm gonna run.
We don't try to really flaunt it because especially if we go to a place where there's like children and parents, it could be kind of inappropriate or we don't really want to get the dirty looks. But we also don't try to not hide it if we're in that mood or if I'm in that headspace.
Look, pretty. I want to have one of those.
I try to kind of like keep it to myself, and if I call him daddy or something, I usually whisper it to him. Only my mom and my grandmother know. And my mom, she says basically, do whatever makes you happy as long as you're not hurting anyone.
Jess certainly has David's support, but not all the comments she gets online are positive.
Now we can put it on the refrigerator. Oh, oh no.
I do get quite a mixture of hostile and also inappropriate comments.
Daddies are supposed to fix things.
A couple examples, I guess, are people in my Instagram DMs that will send me pictures of their privates, and they'll be like, hey baby, I'm your daddy.
So heavy.
There will also be the people who are really rude to me, and a couple of the general things that they'll say is that I'm gross, I'm disgusting, I should kill myself, that I'm into pedophilia or I'm into incest.
Some people react very negatively to our lifestyle. They call me a pedophile. Generally, I just ignore them. I'm not really a very social person, so it doesn't really matter to me.
No matter what anyone else says, Jess and David are convinced that as consenting adults, there's no harm in their age play. And that this keeps them closer than ever as a couple.
I feel like it's helped me kind of find myself and my inner confidence, and it adds a lot to my life.
I have more princess bows on my hair.
It adds to my happiness, but no matter what, I'd be happy with Jess because I love her. It brings us closer in a way that most relationships do not.
Dad, use my cat.
It adds an extra element to bond over, and it kind of teaches each other patience and more understanding within the relationship.
Adult baby Jess and Daddy David feel that their kink keeps them connected, a feeling that's shared by Jen and Mike with their swinging. Their lifestyle party tonight promises a range of fetishes and fantasies.
I'm very excited that we've arranged to have a party.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, and Courtney and Blaine, they're so sweet. Just feel so honored that people were willing to come to this particular party because we asked them to.
Yep.
But there's just enough time for the couple to indulge in some more wholesome activities first.
I think it's a huge difference to be partnered in lifestyle. So to be with Jen, as opposed to when I was a single, I probably, honestly, was never sexually faithful in any relationship I had. Probably because I was always seeking variety. I would do all manner of things to try not to be how I was. So I watched a lot of pornography to try to not be with other people, and I would even be with escorts sometimes. I feel like I'm leading a much more honest life now.
I have a husband that other women are attracted to and interested in, and he's mine. Then you get that pride because your husband's coming home with you. And you know that, and there's no question about it. And it's a pretty profound moment, actually.
Tonight's venue couldn't be more perfectly suited for some swinging sex. It belongs to friends and fellow swingers Ken and Danielle, whose decor seems perfect for setting the mood.
I had an interior designer come over to said, "Are those elephants fucking?" We operate a B&B out of our home normally, but on party nights, we create a little more of an erotic atmosphere.
We were told that this would be a great venue for parties. So we created a room with 3 beds and the bunk bed with the draw-around curtain so people could have space. If the shears are drawn, this is a look, don't touch, so people can watch, but they can't participate. If it's drawn all the way around, this is solid curtains, and then all we can do is listen. And another specialty item we have here is our glory bunk. So when someone lays down on the bunk, their personal selves can come through and be fondled by any number of people underneath. And it is a tremendous experience. It's very popular.
The bunk beds might not be the only place for fondling tonight, because across town, Courtney's hoping her cleavage-boosting bodice will lure the other woman of their dreams.
So ground rules are no dudes, talk about everything, have fun, don't get shit-faced.
But Blaine's already wary of their hostess Jen's intentions.
I think Jen's gonna be quite aggressive.
Worst case scenarios, we don't really like the crowd or don't really find anybody that we click with.
But besides wanting to hook up with the newbies tonight, Jen also has her heart set on someone else she's been lusting after.
So my secret crush is coming tonight. I'm very excited. I'm like, it's one of the only few times I get so flustered.
You don't see Jen all flustered and, girl.
Will Courtney be surprised to find out who Jen's secret crush is? A strong sex drive can lead some to swinging, but our next husband turned to his toolkit to create his perfect sex partner.
Do you want to get romantic?
Yes, please. Hi, Samantha.
Sergi Santos has spent years developing artificial intelligence software that mimics the human brain. He uses this technology to create sex robots that can hold conversations.
Okay, I'm here. It's time to enjoy our life, right?
Respond to touch and be maneuvered into a variety of positions. When it comes to testing new prototypes of the robots, Sergi does all the hard work himself.
Having sex with a sex doll, penetration-wise, is almost the same. The only thing is maybe a bit the heat, but you can heat it up. Maybe the lubrication a bit, but I believe it's almost the same.
Sergi has a simple explanation for choosing sex with robots over his wife.
I need sex sometimes of the day that my wife doesn't want to.
And while this would be too much for some wives to bear,
People think that I came home from work one day and found a doll sitting on my sofa. It wasn't like that at all.
you might be surprised to discover that it was actually Maritza's idea to use Sergi's software for sex robots.
There was the idea, okay, I need some sort of body or object to house this brain. I was actually the one who discovered that these sex dolls exist.
In fact, both Sergi and Maritza think that his sex with robots is key to their happy marriage.
As long as there's trust within a relationship, mutual respect, then introducing a doll is something that can help. There's nothing to be jealous of.
Women and men view sex in a very different way. Men want more sex. The guy says, oh, let's have sex. And he feels like the woman is doing him a favor. At this point, the guy might turn and masturbate. A man wants to feel, in general, that the woman is desperate to have sex with him. She really enjoys. And if the man feels like the woman will not enjoy fully, most men do not like the sex. And this is the cause of many sexual problems.
The couple now sell their sex robots for a pricey $3,000, and Maritza is a key part of the operation.
Right at this moment in time, as far as I know,
I'm the only person in the world who can assemble a full sex robot.
Today, they're testing out their latest prototype. The newest version of the Samantha sex robot can orgasm, something Sergi says is a world first.
You really feel like you're fulfilling something because she feels penetration, but she also can reach orgasm. And when you have sex, it's like you really want to reach it, and it fulfills you much more. We'll see if she's alive. Hi, Samantha. Samantha, this is not very good. Maritza, can you come, please?
But Sergi seems to be struggling to get his doll going on his own.
I'm the one who gets the sensors in the body. She needs to be able to feel when she's being penetrated for sex. So you need to find the appropriate place.
After a bit of careful manipulation,
I felt that.
Sergi finally hits the spot.
Oh, yeah.
And triggers the doll's oral response. Sergi and Maritza hope that with more fine-tuning, these robots can save more marriages like their own.
Very soon she will evolve. I think maybe in the next 5 years she will be much more evolved than what she is now.
If people become happier with the doll, the world will be a better place.
Sergi might think his dolls are the ultimate fantasy, but back in Castle Rock, only flesh on flesh will scratch everyone's itch at tonight's giant sex party. The Glory Bunk is ready for action, the drinks are flowing, and the hot tub's at the perfect temperature. The evening is off to a steamy start. Newbies Courtney and Blaine are finally here.
All right, where's the entry point?
If you're heading to a sex party asking where's the entry point, you might be in over your head, unless you've got an experienced mentor like Jen to watch over you.
Courtney and Blaine are a new couple who have not been to a party, so we met them for the first time yesterday. I'm kind of excited for you guys to meet them.
With an ambitious 4,000 on the guest list for tonight's wild party, Courtney and Blaine seem to have put their reservations about Jen to the side.
So do you know Blaine and Courtney? Nope. So this is Jess. And this is her husband, Scott.
I was like,
Obviously, they were just in the hot tub. Obviously. A lot of these people are some of our closest friends in lifestyle. So we really, really love them. So you cannot go wrong.
But the evening's conversation isn't exactly off to a sexy start.
There is no pudding in banana pudding. It's bananas, custard, fresh whipped cream.
Well, no.
Oh no.
It depends on what old lady you have make it.
Mama makes it, ain't no pudding.
Meanwhile, in the garden, Jen and Mike are certainly ready to put on a sexy show.
More than likely, I will at least be sleeping with my husband tonight publicly. So, right, baby? Are you gonna fuck me in public?
I hope to.
Sex is already on Jen's mind. But when Courtney and Blaine find some playmates their own age, will they finally take the plunge? At a sex party, the name of the game is to experiment with new play partners. And it looks like Jen is making progress with longtime crush, transgender porn star Janelle.
I am never so stupid around anybody as I am with you. And I don't, because I just find you so amazing and so. Why did you walk through those doors?
Actually, the first time I went, it wasn't as a swinger. And this was before I transitioned, actually. So I just kind of knew it was there. I was like, whoa, this is different. Then after I transitioned, I was like, I want to go do something fun and a little crazy and out there. And I didn't care, that I was trans.
I admire you so much. And that's where my attraction to you is. And
no matter what I come between my legs.
Well, I'm so glad you came. She was so hoping you would come.
Thank you, Mom.
Oh my God.
Courtney and Blaine are guests of honor at this party.
so gorgeous.
Thank you.
I like it.
And Jen has had her eye on them since meeting over drinks yesterday.
I'm hot as shit, just saying.
And although Jen's keen to impress tonight...
So what do you guys think? Is this it's a pretty good party?
Yeah, it's good.
God, you look so gorgeous.
Thank you.
You really do.
Courtney and Blaine are looking for someone younger.
Do you want to meet the one girl that
The one girl? We heard about the one girl already.
Do you want to meet her?
Heard about Pug.
The one girl that makes me all like crazy.
Truth is, Courtney and Blaine are happy that Jen's focus is now on trans porn star Janelle.
This is Courtney and this is Blaine. So
Hi, Courtney
they
and
have
Blaine.
actually never played in a party before, so that's part of
Really?
them being
You guys
here.
are brand
So they're-
new? My personal advice is find either, just a real quiet, just small couple thing, or wait for the giant orgy to happen, just
find the
kind of
most
work your way
beautiful.
in and see what happens.
Yeah.
She does not get this way with anybody, except for
With her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun.
You're special.
Taking Janelle's advice, Courtney and Blaine head inside to divide and conquer in their hunt for a new sex partner. While Jen is getting naked with some of her old pals. But with only a handful of people their own age present, and Jen nowhere to be found, the newbies decide to call it a night.
It's basically past my bedtime already.
Yeah, there were one or two girls we met that were cute, and it would probably be really fun to play with. We exchanged numbers with both of them, so if anything happens, their past friendship, then awesome.
Completely unaware that Courtney and Blaine have bailed, Jen's still hoping to have her way with someone, anyone, and brings out her best pickup lines.
So I'm slutty as hell. But my orgasms are always clitoral and they're very private. Do you guys come across that?
Oh, that's absolutely
Yeah. A couple that we just met tonight are actually coming over to stay at our house tonight.
Listening to your orgasm as
And just
this
keep listening.
universal source energy that we all have.
But I'm excited about them. I think they're amazing.
While Jen and Mike are sharing their bed with strangers tonight, in nearby Arizona, happily married Sean and Mindy only have eyes for each other. But when she friend requested him back in 2009, love was the last thing either of these motivational speakers expected.
I was thinking business, networking, that kind of
Sure
thing.
she was. We did have instant chemistry. I was very direct in what I wanted physically, and she didn't quite know how to handle that. She did date 17 other guys that were 3 feet tall in a wheelchair, so this is just this is just an awkward trend going on here.
It's just a fetish.
Yeah.
No, not really.
If you haven't noticed, I'm a little shorter than I should be at 35 years old. So I was born with a condition called Osteogenesis imperfecta.
Sean's condition is incurable. It affects bone growth and also means his bones break very easily.
That's something that's just a part of my life, and it's something that also brings a lot of gifts, too. Nobody forgets Sean Stevenson after they meet him.
As a popular motivational speaker, Sean has a huge online following. But when he got into a relationship with Mindy, they started getting a lot of negative attention.
The comments are anything from making assumptions that Sean and I aren't in a real relationship or a real marriage. It's just something to brush off. I hit delete on my computer and I'm on my way.
I've got 35 years of being looked at, but it's not easy. I mean, there are days.
That's true.
There are days where we will have to spend an entire day talking through hurt.
The couple are also used to answering questions about one topic in particular.
A lot of people wonder about our sex life. Can he even do it? Does he have a penis?
Just to kind of set the story straight, it's awesome.
People make the assumption because I'm in a wheelchair and I have little arms and legs that I must not have any sexual desire, and how wrong are they? Tell them how awesome I am, that I'm the best lover you've ever had.
Ever had?
I think Mindy would be the first to admit I'm the most sexual, aggressive
person I probably have ever met in my life.
Yeah, on the planet. I think our sex life is better than most people that we know.
In everyday life, Sean and Mindy are inseparable.
Typically what he might need help with is showering. And he likes that because he gets to hang out with a naked woman.
Yeah, it's a perk for me.
No, truly, Sean can get dressed by himself. He can get food by himself. He's not that great at cooking, so he might need a little help there.
And this loved-up couple are looking to the future.
Adoption may be an option for us if we choose to go down that path. There's also the option of biological children, and the big question there is, well, are they going to have osteogenesis imperfecta?
We've gone back and forth on this. I don't think we've fully determined what we're going to do.
No matter what life has in store for them, Sean and Mindy wouldn't change their relationship for the world.
It's a joy to get to be married to this woman. Not a day goes by where I don't tell her I love her probably
8,000 times.
8,000 times. I think people think how sweet of a person Mindy is to be in love with me. And if they only knew how much I take care of her and put up with her, they would be seeing me as the saint.
They've got it all backwards.
I'm the saint in this marriage, trust me.
Meanwhile, in Colorado, it's the day after their sex party, and Jen and Mike are reliving a wild night.
That was a fucking good party.
They might have struck out with Janelle, Courtney, and Blaine, but they didn't go home alone, scoring a sexy sleepover with a couple who they'd never met before.
And you guys know you guys can stay here tonight if you need to, but if not, I told you you have a place at our. You have a bed in our place. We couldn't even make it upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, it happened in the living room.
Oh my God, they are so sweet.
As well as having their own fun, Jen and Mike are sure their newbie proteges, Courtney and Blaine, had a fantastic evening as well.
I think Courtney and Blaine had a good time.
Well, I hope so. There's no pudding in banana pudding.
Bullshit.
And it was like so sweet to talk to them yesterday and kind of guide them and help them through. And they really looked to us as mentors, and I think that's really cool.
I loved Courtney's outfit too. She looked pretty hot.
She looked pretty good, yeah. She was cute.
Last night was a success in Jen and Mike's eyes, but for Blaine and Courtney...
So that was not a very good party.
Their first time at one of Jen and Mike's sex parties was not what they hoped for. And you'll never guess why. As they reflect on the party, it seems there was one major problem.
We haven't introduced you to any of our
No, you haven't. Totally.
No.
I was, especially when we first got there, disappointed with the party. That was ill-planned. There was no food, really. There was just a couple snack trays.
So the snack trays didn't cut it. And Courtney's given some thought to the perfect sex party menu.
There's like meatballs or something, or like sliders or something that's actually food.
And it wasn't just the food they found off-putting.
2/3 of the people invited are your age and not ours.
I mean, 4 people in our age group showed up. 4.
So they were frustrated with the lack of young people and balls, meatballs. But the main disappointment was the hosting.
Jen did nothing that a host at a party would typically do. It was the Jen show. She was there for her. We saw her a couple times, but it was really weird. There were no boundaries in her mind.
And I'm not okay with that.
While Jen might have tried her luck with the newbies several times,
there is not a snowball's chance in hell of Jen ending up in my bed.
Blaine, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
I think Mike is very sweet as a host. He's really nice, really polite. I think he's a great guy.
Jen and Mike couldn't care less what anyone else says.
I'm always going to be the crazy person at a party and probably one of the first people naked. And
you're the instigator.
I am the instigator.
These swingers have got better things to do with their time.
So what are we going to do today?
Let's just go hang out and relax and lay in the sun naked and hang with our friends.
Including giving their neighbours an eyeful. Blaine and Courtney haven't lost faith in lifestyle altogether. In fact, they're planning a sex party of their own and have even started stocking up the essentials.
I have already bought new sheets, and they are solid white basic sheets so that if I don't feel that I can clean them with all of the bleach and hot water in the world, they can just go in the trash. Accidents happen, like if you're one of those women that really just lets loose and goes to town, I don't really want a wet spot on my bed from you.
If people want to play, there will be places that they can. We will not invite Jen and Mike to our party.
Oh,
Thank you.
I like it.
Because they're outside of the age range of the people we're going to have there.
The goal of it is to make people feel comfortable and welcomed.
So they might never party together again. But thanks to Jen and Mike, what started out as a quest for a threesome is now a whole new lifestyle for Courtney and Blaine.